Shalom unto the elect. Lord, when this lesson is edifying and straight to the point, giving all honor and glory and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Kakadash. Double honor to the apostles of GMS. And we're going to get right into it. The title of this lesson is going to be Will Within a Will, or Land Back, Beef Backing off the Apostle Tahar. And pretty much what the brother Award did a video upon, but we're going to get right into it.
Obviously, he was talking about Ezekiel, the first chapter. When you look, because we're the great defender, GMS is the great. We're the will within the will. We're the will within the will. Do you know? When you look,
So in that video, and in this lesson that the brother Ward did, the apostle is you can hear the apostle speaking about being a will within the will, and then he refers to Ezekiel 1, but the brother Ward, he took it as far as he could. And with that being said, times and times, and we know that that will within the will is the chariots, and what I want to say is that, all time and time again, you hear the apostles themselves, the elders themselves, saying that we are the hopeful elect. We call ourselves the hopeful elect and not the elect, because we're striving, hoping to be, I heard the apostle say himself, he doesn't know if he's the elect, Of course, he does a lot of work. He has a lot of fruit to show for it, but that don't mean he has license to be proud and to act like he's somebody, and which he doesn't. He also says, certain men of GMS are not going to make it, and certain men of GMS are not right, And he also states that, sometimes you got to have fun with this thing, And there's times where when we're trying to make a point and reiterate something, we'll paraphrase something, so the understanding could be there, But I'll quickly read this comment because it made a lot of sense, and it revealed, pretty much to the brother War, like more understanding, because the brother was kind of trying to make something out of nothing, because we know the apostles are far from arrogant and would never add on to the word, and put themselves forth as for sure saved, That's a Christian way to be talking about you're saved. I can understand what he is saying if he is saying that we are as the elected men, which is being part of an army within the will, being Air Force, meaning we are part of the salvation team. So I can see that the meaning that us of those troops are prisoners of war, and see the special soldiers, but I see if the elect are dealing with you. Yeah, if you're saying our groups is Salaki. Yeah, if you just saying your groups then you can't work. Even he said he knows some of the men of the Lord that are in his groups. Even he said he even said he knows some of the men. Some men are not men of the Lord in his own group, And then where goes to respond? I'll read the latter part of it. It says the will within a will does not represent the elect or a man of that matter, which is correct. And the brother, also let him know that he understood that, but pretty much what the apostle was saying is, we're those spirits. And then also, if you ever watch the apostles' lessons in his videos, we're going to go to it. Damn. That's just flesh. The first thing you see is a will within a will, so that's a millstone. You have to understand back in the ancient days, when you want to make different types of food, you break it down. You didn't have these technological advances that we do today. This microwave society where everything you want just breaks down at your command. You understand me? So we're gonna see what the the uses of a will within the will can do. So in the ancient times, this is how you could turn pretty much, ears of corn into a cornmeal. Therefore, you can make it a corn. You can make a lot of different things. If you're a Levite, you know what the word, what akasan is, and this is a powerful corn drink. So this is different mechanisms of the will within the will, the apostles, and using this statement is, I'm going to bring out some more precepts. Bear with me, Baba Kashah. What was I going to go search up? Khan. For the Levites and for the Benjamites, we have, of course, this would show up. This is not what I'm looking for, bro. There goes the drink. We got different, so for you to have this, you got to have a meal. You have to have something that break it down. The Benjamites know what this is. They probably don't call it the same thing as we do, as us Levites, but Issachar do it, to a certain point too. Issachar has something that they call horchata. And how you would make horchata is you pretty much take rice and you would grind that down, so you can make a drink. And you turn that, you blend it in with cinnamon. It's a real good thing. So if the scriptures is compared unto food, right, a big feast for us, and not everyone could eat of that feast. Not everyone could just swallow it, because you come into this thing as babes, and everyone's already eating. You're starving. You got to get the Gerber somehow. But this was the precept that they were going back and forth about. They weren't going back and forth, but this is the precept that lesson was, or that argument was, centered around the appearance of the wheels. And as we know, this chapter is about, pretty much the angels and their appearance and their conduct. The appearance of the wheels and their work was like unto the color of a beryl, and they four had one likeness, so they were similar. And their appearance and their work going back into damn, I had the definition there, but pretty much their deed, their purpose, so pretty much what they came to work in, which is the chariot, was as it were a wheel in the middle of a wheel, and we know that's the appearance of a chariot. And like I just showed you that picture of the millstone, that's kind of a double entendre on how the apostles, kind of brought it out. That's how I spiritually grasped it. And here, we can go in this definition right here to see the definition of a millstone. Hand mills, a pair of millstones for grinding, so we grind down this food for those, to take it in, the elect, that come in this thing as babes. Take the millstones and grind mill. Uncover thy locks. Make bare thy leg, uncover thy thigh, pass it over the rivers, So the Lord's talking about Babylon in this chapter, pretty much exposing yourself, breaking down. And that word thy locks is a woman's veil, because Babylon the Great is known as that whorish woman. So pretty much, the Lord's saying, hey, expose yourself, make yourself known, break it down inside out. But these are the precepts I wanted to touch upon here. Already got that one. The book of Genesis, chapter 35, verse 10. And the Most High said unto him, thy name is Jacob. Thy name shall not be called any more Jacob, but Israel shall be thy name. And he called his name Israel. And this was because Jacob, he wrestled with the angel, and he prevailed. He didn't get his ass kicked, So the Lord named him, and the Lashon Kodash, being the holy tongue, Paleo-Hebrew, he named them Yasher-Allah. Yasher-Allah meaning he prince of the power, because he prevailed that force, And that's why when we say Jake, it's a short and abbreviated for Jacob, So this is the descendants of Jacob, And what the Lord commanded, for us to do with these people, the Jacobites, the Yasher-Allahites, right? Ezekiel, bear with me, Baba Kashah, 3, verse 1. Moreover, he said unto me, son of man, eat thou thy finest, eat this roll. So this is a whole bunch of food we take in there. We found grapes, we found wine, we found meat, we found, pottage, we found milk, You can make a lot of different meals with the words we found, and that's what brothers do daily when they get on this thing. They cook up a meal, they prep a meal, I just listened to the apostle Aramlab before I did this lesson, and his lesson didn't really I don't believe it had anything to do with this, but it sparked me, you know. I ate a little bit of his of whatever he cooked up, and now, you know, I'm trying to cook up my own meal, you know. So it's called inspiration, you know. You know, sometimes you be needing a brother to ignite you, you know. That's the positiveness and the pros of you know, brothers doing videos, you know. It's more than, you know, you just exhorting, you know, and things of those sort, and you just having to do what you got to do, you know. You just going through the motion, you know. There's a lot more behind it. So you gotta respect and accept the spirituality of it, because it does more than you think. You know, some brothers be hungry, you know. Some brothers be searching for a particular topic, and you cover it, and you bring it out, and guess what? Therefore, that brother can apply it to his life, you know, whatever the hell you edify on, you know, because all of our lives are different, you know. None of us are really living the same exact thing. You know, we all catching hell, but this brother here and this brother there, you know, they could drop some dimes in here. You put that in your conduct of life, and now it makes it a lot bearable. You know, now it's making more sense. Now you're more mature. You know, now you know how to attack the different situation or a demon or whatever the cause may be. But I'm going to continue reading on this verse. Eat this roll and go on to speak unto the house of Israel. So go speak unto the Jacobites. Go speak unto the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you know, which is the so-called Native Americans, the so-called blacks, and the so-called Hispanics. So I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that roll. And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then I did eat, and it was in my mouth sweet, as in my mouth as honey for sweetness. So this roll being this book, you know, because back then, you know, they had rolls, they had different scribes, it was written in stone and things of those sort, you know. So now we got pages to flip through, you know, and now we could even scroll. Look at this. You know, knowledge shall be increased. And he said unto me, Son of man, go and speak unto the house of Israel and speak my words unto them, you know. So now a lot of our people, you know, coming into this thing could receive these words, you know. Could it's like a bird feeding another bird, you know. Here, let me show you real quick. Bird feeding another bird. You know, you can't give it to them, you know. Like, if this bird just drop all that food in one of their beaks, the bird might choke, you know. So he gives them all, you know, little bit to all of them. And that's really what a millstone does, you know. We break down this word, you know, we filter it through the scriptures, and we go out and prophesy, you know. That's why we go into definitions, we go into these pictures, we go into archaeology, we go into secular history, you know. We go precept upon precept, you know. We do all these different things, you know. We defenders of the gospel, you know. So that's to bring it all back around, you know. Is this thing is being milled down, this thing is being, you know, not watered down, this thing is being broken down, you know, and fed, you know. Brothers may have different questions, you know, and an elder or a brother, apostle, they won't waste no time. If the spirit hits them, they go right into it, you know. But yeah, Lord willing, the point of this lesson was brought home, you know, and you know, Lord willing, you know, no things like this don't get taken out of context, because that's really what happened here, you know. Is the brother got taken out of context, you know, causing, you know, you don't want to cause strife, you know. You definitely want to what is this verse right here? It says, Ecclesiastes 5:2, be not rash with thy mouth, and let not thy heart be hasty to utter anything before the Most High, you know. So, you know, you want to understand first. You don't want to just call something out of nothing. But Lord will listen us edifying, straight to the point. Shalom.